Good morning. I wonder who writes these scripts for him. Ravichandran Ashwin has picked up another fifer at the Chapok cricket ground, the iconic ground in Chennai, which is also his home ground, and along with the a memorable century he had scored on the first day of this Chennai Test match, which India won magnificently. I mean, there was no doubt about India's win, except for the first two sessions where Bangladesh put up some fight and India were 144 for 6. This has been another stupendous performance by a champion side. But I was just wondering who writes the scripts for Ravichandran Ashwin. People are saying this might be his last test match in Chennai because he's already 38 years of age and I don't know how long he'll be able to play. But if this has been Ashwin's swan song at Chennai, but then what an amazing one it has been. He played a brilliant innings on the day one of the test match along with his spin buddy, his partner in crime, Ravindra Jadeja. And India really came out of a hole and never looked back. They really showed Bangladesh. Well, Bangladesh had come, as I said earlier in my earlier videos, that with some degree of confidence, and it might not be that easy push over. India might be looking at the beginning of a very, very big test season, very, very long test season, but they just rolled Bangladesh over. Yes, they put up a good decent fight with their Captain Shanto leading in the second innings, but there was no doubt about the result because in spite of the fight and the doggedness Bangladesh showed in the second innings, it was absolutely apparent that against the brilliance of Jasprit Bumrah, against the skill and guile of Ravichandran Ashwin, there's no way this Bangladesh team could chase down the total or even survive. So this has been quite an amazing performance, and Ashwin just keeps on, telling us that he's definitely an all-time great. Yes, there might be stats showing that he has picked number of, wickets at home, but who doesn't? I mean, you look at all the great bowlers, most of them have picked up their majority of wickets at home, but it's not that easy to be consistently performing over a period of time. Now, let me throw you a very, very interesting data. The interesting part is that since 2012 was the last time India lost a test series at home against England, if you remember. And since that Nagpur test match, which was the last test match of that series, India has lost just 3 test matches at home where both Jadeja and Ashwin have played. They lost in the 2017 Pune test match versus Australia. They lost against Australia again in the 2023 Indore test match. And then they lost narrowly against England in the Hyderabad test match just in the beginning of this year. So it clearly shows the amount of dominance. But for having that dominance, it requires incredible skills and consistency. It requires incredible performance to be able to put that kind of effort day in day out. It's not that easy. People have become familiar with the Indian spinning conditions. People have played IPL. There's a lot of familiarity with how the players operate. There's technology which really teaches you where the players or the bowlers will be targeting the spin bowlers. But in spite of all those things, all those developments, Ashwin and Jadeja or the Indian spin attack has been able to stand their ground and keep this proud record of India intact. In fact, before 2012, the last time India lost a home series was in 2004 in the Border Gavaskar Trophy when Australia had won that series. Even that series, probably India could have drawn if the Chennai Test match of that series was the last day got washed out and India had 10 wickets in their hand. They just had to chase a bit over 200 runs in the Test match. But just imagine a team in the last 20 years, they have lost just 2 home test series, and that really shows the remarkable consistency, the remarkable effort of the Indian cricket team. But how long will this proud record stand? That's a question mark because Jadeja is 35, 36 years of age. Ashwin, as I said, is 38 years of age, and beyond Bumrah, who is definitely the leader of the attack and currently the world's best fast bowler, we need to discover or we need to scout out some talents who can carry this legacy forward. Yes, we have got Akshar Patel, we have got Kuldeep Yadav, we have got Mohammad Siraj, and we have seen Akashdeep performing well. There are some good bowlers in the domestic circuit, and it's only a good planning, good future planning that will lead India towards maintaining this legacy for a long period of time. But it's just remarkable. These things we keep on hearing the West Indies cricket team of the 70s and 80s that used to dominate world cricket. They did not lose a single Test series from 1980 to 1995. I think India's home record of not losing so many home series. I mean, from, as I said, from 2004 to 2024, they've lost just 2 home series. It itself is a remarkable, thing about their dominance in home conditions. And every team have got, their advantage in their home conditions, but they've not been able to replicate or showcase a similar home record like India. Besides, this performance, I want to draw attention to the performance of Rishabh Pant. He made a terrific comeback to Test match cricket, which probably is his best format. In 2022, he had played against Bangladesh, the last Test match he had played before his fatal accident. Very, very sad incident of his where he got injured and was out of cricket for more than a year. He had played against Bangladesh, and in that Mirpur Test, he had scored 93 runs. And who would have thought that he will come back against the same opponent and score this whirlwind 100 against them? It was a typical Pant innings, full of expansive strokes, full of innovation. But he gave a lot of respect to the bowlers initially, and I think Rishabh Pant's form will be one of the most important things going forward because of the Border Gavaskar Trophy coming up down under, and his battle with Nathan Lyon will be absolute cinema. Mark my words, friends. It will be absolute cinema to see Rishabh Pant facing Lyon and company in the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Another good performance that we saw in this Test match was of Shubman Gill. He scored a very, very good century, and this probably would have been one of his best hundreds in Test match level, though he has not scored a huge number of hundreds. But this is his 3rd century in the last 6 or Test match, 5 or Test match. So it clearly shows that Gill is coming into terms at in how to perform at number 3. But yes, he has to rectify his record at in the first innings. His second innings record is very good, but first innings his average goes down quite a bit. So I guess Gill will look forward in the remaining Test matches before the Border Gavaskar Trophy happens in Australia, that he will try to improve his first innings record. So overall, it has been a brilliant victory for Team India. Bangladesh, as I said, put up a good fight. Shanto had played a very good innings in the second innings. And second innings, they showed some real character, but it was not enough against the brilliance of the Indian bowling attack. So let's move to the second Test. Let's see what happens there. But before signing off, I'd also like to say about the brilliant, Dulip Trophy win by India A. Our very own Riyan Parag scored a brilliant 73 in the second innings. And it was a superb performance by India A because they needed to win this match to win the Dulip Trophy. And it was a very, very good performance led by Mayank Agarwal, and terrific win for, India. And it augurs well that we have got some good performers in domestic cricket. And we saw in the Dulip Trophy a lot of players coming up and putting up their hands. There have been number of centuries. There have been some 5-wicket haul. There have been some brilliant fielding. So overall, Indian cricket looks in good hands. But I only hope if in the future we get a good replacement for the Jadeja and Ashwin partnership that we have been having for so many years. I know it's absolutely impossible to get the same pedigree of players, but if we do get a good combination which will be able to defend India's home record, it will be something I would like to look forward, and BCCI definitely must be planning in those lines. So signing off here, please do like, share this video, and I look forward for your comments. And let's hope India puts up a great performance in the second Test against Bangladesh. And also we have New Zealand coming very soon, so I'll be talking about that They are having an exciting test match against Sri Lanka. Don't know what the result will be. Looks like Sri Lanka might win, but it has been a brilliant innings by Rachin Ravindra in that second innings chase by New Zealand. So let's hope how New Zealand performs in that series, and let's hope it will be a terrific contest between India and New Zealand at home too. So thank you so much.